By 1993, you would see the Fugees, Jay-Z, Gangstar, Nas just sitting in the lobby when the shows come. You coming in like, what the hell's going on? They were like, yo, we want to get on the air. Everybody was just coming through and just like hanging out. You know, it became that spot. So where the career took a twist was that our program director came to LA to went on the station, The Beat, right? Which is the rival.
92.3 wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 92.3 at the time. Yeah. We wanted to really be on this station because this was the biggest station. The Beat was losing their ass off. They were number 15 in the market. But you know, I got a partner named Sway. I'm the funk. You know, I'm the spiritual, artistic cat. Sway's like, man, I gotta look at that check to see if the shit is right. I don't want to just, you know. And the Power honestly was offering no money, man. They were like, yeah, look, we already have they had another team out here called the Baker Boys. We don't need Sway and Tech. The Beat was like, we need Sway and Tech. When we went over there, and there's a thing going on between the Bay and LA where the LA dudes think Bay Area dudes are whack. Because it's like a big ass, you know. I think once you pass Bakerfields, they just consider you from Northern Cali or whatever. But so when we came out here, man, we were like, man, how the hell are we going to deal with that? So the first thing I did is I went on the air and I was like, any MC that raps in LA, come to this address. We're going. And a riot broke out in front of the station. Next day, people were like, what the fuck? Who were them dudes? And on top of that, we were letting everybody curse.
Right.
Which was illegal at the time. But I was like, duck my pay, whatever you guys got to do. One of the most famous things I ever pulled off, man, was when Biggie Smalls came with Craig Mack.
Yeah, they did a big media tour together, didn't they?
In the beginning, because Craig Mack was huge with that single, and Biggie was following him around with his bags. So he was in the hallway, and this is 7 o'clock Thursday night, not even the wake-up show, just regular radio. And Biggie was like, yo, I'll rap too, man. Really? Go ahead, rap to me, man. He said something, I was like, yo, all right. Kick that on the air. Went on the air, he started cursing. The DJ was looking at me like, hey, man, this dude's cursing. This dude's cursing. And then the warm line started going off. Bing, bing, bing. And he was like, yo, Tech, we about to get fired. What are you doing? And Biggie was like, motherfuckers with the gets and bats. And I was like, oh, this dude is dope. Right? Man, that's how I made a lot of money that year, because I went into the, like, right after that, I went into the station and they said they had a meeting. That right after that, Biggie and them left. And they were like, yo, what the fuck you doing, man? You going to get fired? I said, look, what's our ranking right now? They were like 15. I said, look, I'll make you a deal. If we go up in ratings, right? Or no, if FCC comes and fines you guys, just take the shit out of my checks. Because at that time I had a crib in the Bay. I was like, I'll just go back to the Bay. If people really hate us in LA, we're gonna go home. But I really believe, man, the way it's like the art of war to me. If you want to win, and the other station is running down the yellow brick road, you got to make that yellow brick road into a tightrope, man. So people are like wondering what the fuck is happening, you know? You know the Wizard of Oz story? That's kind of what I'm referring to, is that everybody else didn't take the beat seriously. And I was like, this is because they were playing Anita Baker and Old School, and here's some young cats are like, fuck that shit, we're going to flip it tonight. All that said, I said, but if the ratings go up, you double whatever the fuck you was going to pay me. And the PD wanted to fire me, the assistant music director wanted to fire me, but the general manager, this cat named Craig Wilbraham, I remember to this day, he was like, this cocky ass motherfucker. All right, you got a deal. You either going to be fired or you going to double your pay. Man, we went from 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 5, 4, 3. I mean, you know, the rest is history. The show became famous. A lot of the craziest shit in the world that nobody even knows to this day. The reason Biggie Smalls' name went from Biggie Smalls to Notorious B.I.G. was because it happened live on the Wake Up Show.
Copyright issue, right?
Copyright issue. The kid that owned the name in Long Beach came and jumped the barbed wire fence while Biggie was on the air, came and started banging on the glass while we were interviewing him. We started looking to the wall like, man, who's this kid? And he talked to Big, and he was like, I own Biggie Smalls. I own the name Biggie Smalls. And
did he have paperwork to back it up?
He didn't have it with him.
Some street shit?
He was just like, no. He said, he's got a lawyer and everything. But they squashed it. He gave him Puff's number, and he said, just call Puff. He'll pay you for it, man. Everything's cool. 2 weeks later, the kid comes back to the station. Like, so you gave Biggie his name, right? Because, I mean, the dude was blowing up, man. He's like, nah, fuck that. I called Puff. He threatened to fucking kill me. I was like, really? I'm keeping the fucking name. Fuck that shit. Or whatever it was, man. Like, the way Puff talked to him, he wasn't feeling that shit.
Right.
And Puff, you know, was probably thinking like, who the fuck is this cat to call me thinking he's gonna jack my MC's name? But he might have not known that this cat was real. Next time we saw Biggie, he comes in, I was like, what's up, man? He's like, Notorious B.I.G. now, dog. And we were like, oh, shit. Wow. So, yeah, man, a lot of historical stuff actually happened.
What about artists that you've been, I mean, there's a whole bunch of artists that you've been, the industry and people in the game know that you broke them. Who do you feel a lot of pride in terms of artists that you know that you're directly responsible for picking them up and letting them walk and get?
I mean, pride. I feel good about like anybody who comes up here and I let them rap, man. At this point, I think
big guys, even this young brother that was just here right now.
Yeah, like you know, I have no idea how the cat hops in, how big he's gonna be, but I just knew he needed a shot. We gave him a shot. But the biggest cat I think we took a gamble on was Eminem, and a lot of people don't know the Eminem story. He was in a contest called Rap Olympics, and it didn't go that well. And the manager called us and said, look, I got all these people from out of town. Only 60 people showed up to Rap Olympics. Can we bring them by the wake-up show to rap?
Right.
So as they start to rap, the first time it goes around, M didn't sound that great. And M realized the second time it came around, he goes like, I can't act and be like everybody else in this room. So he went into this other Eminem, the Eminem that became popular. All of a sudden he started doing, I'm doing drive-bys on Vietnam vets and tinted Corvettes, and I'm, you know, best to call the fire department because I've hired an arsonist to set fire into your entire apartment. And he was making it like, we were like, what the hell? And it became the Eminem. So when it ended, his manager walked up and was like, hey man, we never got this much exposure. If you let us stay, I mean, if you let us on the show next week, we won't go back to Detroit. Wow. And I was like, hey man, I don't care he's white dude. Because at that time, being a white rapper was whack. This is 1997, after Vanilla Ice had ruined it for all white rappers. So, and I was like, I don't care he's white dude. Dude is dope. And to M's credit, man, that dude came every week and stood in the corner. And whenever somebody didn't want to rap, be like, I'll take it. I'll take that spot. For about 8 to 10 weeks till he had a show somewhere, and people showed up and they saw he was white. Everybody kind of freaked out. And then one day he just showed up to my crib, man, and he was like, yo, Tech, I got a call from Dr. Dre. And we were like, I was like, what?
Did you have money in him at that point? You put a little...
Nah, I was just investing time. That was, man, honestly, you know, in the position we're in, we don't try to like have somebody sign a contract before they get on the air. We had did some records with him for our album, but nobody knew the dude was gonna be that big, you know. But a lot of MCs, dog, like anybody who wants to get, now there's people that duck us too, because when you come up here, you gotta rap. And our credibility is already pretty much solidified, which means if you come off whack, the show doesn't look whack, you look whack. So there's been a lot of people, man, that won't come on the wake-up show because they know they got a bust.